Are you getting what you want in life? What if you could have anything you wanted? For thousands of years, humans have wondered what it would be like to get anything we wanted. We are now on the cusp of creating wish fulfillment machines in the form of AIs and AI-enabled robots that are able to carry out our wishes. As AI moves to superintelligence, these wish fulfillment machines are raising the specter of job losses, social unrest, and some difficult moral dilemmas.
Today we're going to explore how we humans may not be obsolete and why our perfectly reasonable fears may be misplaced.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Verlicity AI Podcast. I'm Cristian Worthington.
And I'm Sandra Giffin. AI is causing us to confront some very serious issues. And frankly, it's a bit overwhelming. So, to address this issue, I want to take us out of the server room and into the kitchen. I want to talk about baking.
Baking? Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Actually, I want to talk about a very specific aspect of baking. I want to talk about the strange, persistent economics of cake mixes.
Sorry, did you say cake mix?
Yes. Think about it. An artificial superintelligence is at its core a convenience. It does mental work that would otherwise be done by humans. It's like a cake mix. Anyone can measure and mix the basic ingredients, flour, sugar, baking powder, to make a cake from scratch. It's not actually that hard. Yet, somehow, there's a huge enduring market for cake mixes.
That is true. You go to the supermarket and there's a whole aisle of them.
Exactly. You can choose from dozens of different types. And here is the economic paradox. On the surface, these mixes add almost no value. They are just pre-measured ingredients. And they cost more than the basic ingredients from which they are made.
So why do we buy cake mixes?
Well, there are actually a lot of reasons. And the relationship we have with cake mix, or any of the millions of conveniences we rely upon in modern life, can give us a much more intuitive grasp of how AI is going to affect our lives.
Okay, you have my attention.
We buy cake mix even when we still need to bake the final product, because it shaves a few minutes off the process. But the reasons go far deeper than that. For one thing, the recipe has been tested.
Right? You know the result. You can rely on it.
You know your guests will like it. You don't need to pore through cookbooks or websites wondering if a recipe tastes any good. The ingredients and the recipe have been tested in different ovens, and the formula is essentially idiot-proof.
It removes the variance. It removes the risk of failure.
It creates predictability. And this is a huge concept for the AI era. The guests at my birthday party live in a world where most of the cake they eat comes from commercial recipes. So, a cake mix is actually more likely to meet their expectations than my authentic experiment I create. There is immense value in predictability.
Humans value predictability. This reminds me of a concept business experts call self-reference criteria.
Explain that.
It's the trap of making a product to please myself when it's our customers, who matter. I might think I make a better cake from scratch because I appreciate the nuance of the vanilla bean I scraped, but I'm biased. My guests just want a cake that tastes like cake.
And AI provides that cake mix consistency for knowledge work. It provides a baseline of quality that is tested, reliable, and meets the general expectation. AI references a deep well of information to create something that isn't necessarily generic, but is expected.
I see. So in effect, the strength of the AI in this analogy is its ability to generate a result that's popular. But the weakness is that it may not be the best cake you ever ate.
Yes, exactly.
Your analogy reminds me that the market is full of these sorts of marginal conveniences.
Like what?
Take rice, for example. Regular rice takes about 20 minutes to cook. Then came minute rice, which oddly takes 5 minutes to cook and requires the chef to boil water in a pot. Not a huge benefit, but that was a huge innovation. But now you can buy frozen rice that takes 1 minute in a microwave.
It seems humans never tire of paying a premium to shave a few minutes from any task.
We are convenience junkies.
Yes. People are willing to pay a premium for these products, even when they are objectively inferior in taste to the gourmet version.
And why? Is it just laziness?
I don't think so. I think it's because people suffer from decision fatigue. We talked about this in a previous episode. The sheer volume of decisions we have to make every day wears us down. This connects directly to the problem of interacting with a superintelligence.
How so?
Well, a superintelligence can't align with your thoughts if it doesn't know your thoughts. A true meeting of minds requires a lot of back and forth. You have to explain your context. You have to correct assumptions. You have to iterate. And people see this interaction as work.
Ah, I see. It's like measuring and mixing the ingredients, or waiting for the rice to boil.
Exactly.
Even if the AI can do it, do I have the energy to explain how I want it done? Or do I just want the frozen rice version, the instant good enough solution that the AI provides by default?
This brings us to a really important distinction about types of problems, because the work involved in meeting minds with an AI isn't linear.
Right. Let's break this down. In life, we have first-order problems. These are problems that can be directly addressed and solved. For example, I want to go to London, and I want the absolute cheapest ticket. The AI can solve this in milliseconds. It scans every airline and books the flight that saves you $50. This requires no additional dialogue between the AI and the human to get it right.
Yes, that's a simple transaction. There are many ways it can go wrong, but a superintelligence is going to handle this problem at least as well as a human.
Now, let's crank this up to a second-order problem. Let's say that flight lands at Stansted Airport at 2 a.m. The trains aren't running, so now you have to take a $100 cab ride into the city. You solved the price problem, but you created a logistics problem that actually cost you more money and a terrible night's sleep.
Exactly. The AI fulfilled the wish. Cheapest ticket. But the AI ruined the trip.
But here is where humans and the cake mix necessity really come in. In the real world, many meaningful problems have knock-on effects that extend far beyond first and second order.
You can imagine that when the AI gets in the weeds, the convenience factor takes a big hit.
Yes, the weeds. In complex domains, the permutations of possibilities grow exponentially. It can easily be more work to instruct the AI than the task is worth.
This is the management tax we discussed in the last episode. If I have to spend 3 hours explaining the political history of my department to the AI so it doesn't write an offensive email, I might as well just write the email myself.
Now you might think, won't the AI be smart enough to simply intuit my situation and fill in the gaps? Won't the AI have all of this information because it's surveilling my emails and documents? Maybe it's listening to my conversations?
And the answer is sort of.
You'd be right. That is exactly what it does. In many domains, that intuition is going to be sufficient. In other situations, the AI is going to have a lot of context. We're already seeing use cases where people are completely happy with the fully baked output the AI creates.
But, and here's the crux, a significant amount of the world doesn't work that way. And this difference is a key opportunity for humans in this new AI economy. And there's another reason we can't just leave everything to the cake mix AI, and it's a bit darker. It's the issue of moral and legal liability. In business, we often call this one throat to choke.
That's a vivid image.
But it's true. If the AI books that flight to Stansted at 2 a.m. and leaves you stranded, you can't fire the AI. You can't sue the algorithm for emotional distress. The AI has no skin in the game. It doesn't care if you sleep on a bench.
Right? The AI is an unaccountable entity.
Exactly. Humans serve a critical function as the accountability anchor. Even if the AI does 99% of the work, a human needs to push the button so that there is someone to take responsibility if it goes wrong. We provide the moral weight that a machine simply cannot possess. So, when we look at the weeds, remember, the weeds are where the lawsuits happen. And you need a human there to navigate them.
So to get some clarity on where we see humans bringing the most value, let's divide the world into two buckets: verifiable domains and subjective domains.
Okay. Verifiable domains are things like mathematics. There is only one right answer, and you can prove the answer is right. If the AI solves the equation, it's solved. You don't need to have taste in algebra. It's not a matter of opinion.
But a lot of human activity is subjective. It's filled with confounding factors like human taste, or convoluted backstories where all the facts aren't publicly known, or groups of people with changing tastes or political views.
The world isn't a first or second order environment. It's filled with deep problems that have endless knock-on effects.
So in these cases, the attraction of a cake mix solution is understandable. Many people will simply settle for the AI equivalent of a cake mix, where a solution that's not completely customized will do.
But, and this is the human promotion we keep talking about in our previous episodes, there is going to be a huge market for humans to collaborate with AIs to fine-tune results in situations where we really care about the outcome.
Think of it like the cake mix again. The AI provides the mix, the structure, the chemistry, the baking, but the human makes the very personalized decisions about how to decorate the cake. The AI bakes the foundation. The human adds the context, the flair, the specific message for the specific guest.
But Chris, this raises a terrifying possibility.
What's that?
What if you have bad taste?
Ah, yes. I feel like you're talking about me. I know I'm not a reliable cake taster. I pretty much like all cake.
Exactly. Maybe you'd never be selected as a cake judge at a country fair. Similarly, you might not be the best person to have a meeting of minds with a superintelligence about a fashion design question. Maybe you'd tell it to do all the wrong things.
This reminds me of that classic episode of The Simpsons. You know the one?
Oh, where Homer meets his long-lost brother, the car manufacturer.
Yes. Homer's given free rein to design his dream car. He has infinite resources. He has a team of engineers ready to build exactly what he wants. It is the ultimate wish fulfillment scenario.
And the result?
It was a monstrosity. It had a bubble dome, shag carpet, tail fins, and 3 horns that played La Cucaracha. It cost $82,000 in 1991 money and bankrupted the company.
That is the perfect cautionary tale. Good taste isn't universal. And good judgment certainly isn't.
Just because the AI can build anything you ask for doesn't mean you should ask for it. This is where brand comes in. There is value in a brand. People have expectations when they buy a brand. Creating a bespoke product to embody a brand is a process of micro-decisions.
The AI can be incredibly helpful, but ultimately, a brand is a human expression. It's more art than science. If you leave many choices entirely to the machine, you get a generic cake mix, bland, predictable. If you leave it entirely to an unguided human with a power tool, you might get the Homer Simpson car. The magic is in the middle. When a superintelligence comes together with a very competent human.
I want to double-click on this idea of taste for a second, because some listeners might be thinking, who cares if I have good taste? I'm an accountant, not an interior decorator.
But in an AI world, everyone becomes a decorator. Think about it. If AI creates a world where writing an email, generating a report, or writing code costs effectively $0, what happens to the volume of that stuff?
It explodes. We are going to be drowning in good enough content.
Exactly. We are facing the paradox of abundance. When average becomes free and infinite, the ability to filter becomes the most valuable skill on earth. In the old world, the value was in creation, baking the cake. In the new world, the value is in curation, deciding which cake deserves to be at the party.
So the human job shifts from builder to editor.
Precisely. The AI is the engine that generates 1,000 options. The human is the steering wheel that picks the one correct path. If you are that accountant, the AI can generate 50 different tax strategies. Your value is no longer calculating the numbers. Your value is looking at those 50 options and saying, option 12 is the one that won't get you audited and fits your risk tolerance. That is curation. And that is a uniquely human premium.
You mentioned wish fulfillment a moment ago, and I think that is the most accurate way to describe what AI and AI-enabled robotics effectively are. They are a wish fulfillment machine.
And as you mentioned in the opening, people have dreamed of that concept for thousands of years. Myths about the perils of having your every wish fulfilled are as old as humanity.
Take the story of Aladdin. The Disney version we all know is loosely based on the pre-Islamic myth of the jinn, which dates back 6,000 years.
And then there's King Midas. He wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. It sounds like the ultimate economic productivity hack.
Until he tried to eat dinner or hug his daughter, and they turned to gold.
Exactly. Many ancient cultures have stories that deal with the unintended consequences and evil uses that result from having absolute power. The lesson is always the same. Be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it.
Our quest for a machine that will make this possible is now in reach. But it's clear that it's not a panacea. And as you, the listener, think about this problem, about how to guide this superintelligent force, it's best to consider the difference between a wish and a plan.
That's a great distinction.
A wish can be very easy to articulate. I want to be rich. I want a car. I want a website. A plan quickly gets into the weeds, where the consequences of each decision multiply in exponential proportion to the ambition of the plan.
The AI is great at granting wishes, but humans are needed to determine whether the plans aren't a curse in disguise. We are the ones who have to foresee the second, third, and fourth order effects. We are the ones who have to say, yes, turn this to gold, but not the sandwich.
So, where does this leave us? These wish fulfillment machines are expanding the range of possibility for all of humanity. We're all going to be living in a world of greater possibility than we did before this technology.
It's hard to even conceptualize the scale of that change.
Imagine what it was like in the 1400s. If you had an idea you wanted to share with someone in another town, there was no way to interact, no smartphone, no internet.
Our world would be nearly impossible to explain to that person in the 1400s, because our world is filled with possibilities they couldn't have imagined.
That's what's happening now with AI. Our world is growing. Our lives will be lived in the new context defined by our technology, as has always been the case.
And our new lives will be spent crafting solutions that balance the convenience of the cake mix produced by the AIs with our relentless need to customize the world around us.
In effect, we are going to exist in a world where we play with AI the same way we play with the technologies of the present day. And I want to end with one final analogy that I think captures the soul of what humans bring to this party.
Go ahead.
It's like playing a musical instrument. A guitar is inherently capable of playing any song. It has all the notes. But you may not be very talented. You can elect to play a recording created by a gifted musician. It's reliable, and the performance is excellent.
But neither you nor the recording can capture the joy of a live performance.
Exactly. The joy, that special something we all crave, will be found at the margins of this new frontier. It will be found where human taste and spontaneity become the most valuable commodity.
The AI can play the notes. It can help you write the score. It can even build the stadium. But it can't feel the room. It can't improvise a solo that breaks your heart because it knows exactly what you're feeling in that moment.
That is the human premium.
There's a Japanese concept I love called wabi-sabi. It's the appreciation of the beauty that is imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. A ceramic bowl is beautiful because it has a crack in the glaze. It tells a story.
And AI is the opposite of that. AI is the plastic bowl from the factory. It is mathematically perfect every single time.
And perfection, frankly, is boring. When we listen to that live guitar solo, part of the thrill is the subconscious knowledge that the musician could mess up. We are watching them walk a tightrope. If a robot walks a tightrope, nobody cares. It's physics. When a human does it, it's bravery.
So, paradoxically, our flaws might be our biggest asset.
In a world of synthetic perfection, human grit, our struggle, our rough edges, our specific point of view, becomes the luxury good. People will pay extra for the handmade label, not because it's functionally better than the machine version, but because it connects them to another human.
So don't be afraid of this technology. Use it, save the time. But don't forget to decorate the cake.
Because that's what makes the party worth attending.
Thank you for listening. I'm Cristian Worthington.
And I'm Sandra Giffin. Stay curious, stay human. And we'll see you next time on the Verlicity AI Podcast, where we always put extra sprinkles on our cake.